Hey guys, Estelle back here with you, bringing you some domination on Stadium. This is another gameplay with the new machine gun Caprius. I'm going to call it Caprius. It's kind of funny, it's the car, but Caparis, I think is the name of it. I don't know. So, like I said before in the previous video, that I thought this was a rush weapon, and I think I'm a firm believer in that. I haven't done a whole lot of Stadium in a while, and it's kind of cool to get back to this map. I know this map is very, very frustrating to a lot of people, but I enjoy it in moderation, I suppose I should say. But let me get into a couple of things. Get into something that I want to talk about here. I've watched my video that I did about Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, and Battlefield 3. I've also watched the trailer again for the Battlefield 3, basically cutscenes and things like that. Of course, it looked big and fabulous, just like all the other Modern Warfare trailers looked like. But let me get into, I guess, essentially what it is my wish list. And my wish list isn't, I don't think, for Modern Warfare 3 is too outrageous. There's a couple of things that I'm sure everybody's going to know, and there's a couple of things, little tweaks that I would prefer that they would get rid of that this game has. So if I'm going to base Modern Warfare 3 off of what this game is, or what Modern Warfare 2 is or was, first and foremost, they need to do something about the noob tubes, and that's a no-brainer. Either keep the noob tubes in, and you could only get 2 shots, and that's it, and you can't reload it. Or you get 1 shot or something like that, or you just get rid of the whole grenade tube altogether. However, if they want to keep with realism and things like that of the game and the series, that unfortunately the particular attachment has been around since the inception of the whole Modern Warfare series. So I don't know what they should do about that, but that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure they're going to get rid of the whole one-man army thing, and that might be one way if they're going to deal with it, is the whole, obviously, one-man army thing. And I think the only time people really honestly to godly used it, at least that I saw, was for the whole noob tubing stuff. The whole danger close perk, I think that might be thrown away too, because besides, again, the whole noob tubing thing, I never saw a real thing for it. Just didn't seem that valuable of a perk. So hopefully they get rid of that. They need to change up some of these weapons. I'm a little nervous, you know, Modern Warfare 3, right? We've had the same weapons for the past 3 games. Granted, they've looked a little bit different, but you know, they've had the FAMAS, they've had an M16, they've had a SAW, they've had this, they've had that, all these weapons that we've seen before. I would like to see some new things. Black Ops has shown us a couple of things, but none of them are really valuable weapons except for the AK-74U. So hopefully they'll take a new direction in some things. Obviously there's some staple weapons that they're going to have to keep. M16 for sure. Probably the SAW will stay for sure. Some form of, I would assume the Barrett 50 cal sniper will stay. But let's mix it up here. Let's get some good new weapons in there. Let's get something other than the FAMAS, other than the AUG. Let's get some of these newer weapons that are out, that are being considered by different militaries. I know the U.S. has a few new weapons that are out that are supposed to be pretty cool. And let's see those prototype weapons. Otherwise, you know, other weapons that we normally wouldn't see. And let's be able to play with them a little bit. Now, obviously, they would probably have to get some sort of okay from the creators or the manufacturers of those weapons. But you know, that's neither here nor there, and that's not my area of expertise, and I'm not going to talk about that. But I'm just saying, as a new Modern Warfare game, they have to do something different with gear. They have to bring in some new gear and weapons, not just weapons, but gear also. What are they going to have? I like what Black Ops did with a couple of different things. I thought that was kind of cool. The little camera thing as some sort of gear was pretty cool, even though it wasn't a big popular thing, but it was kind of a neat idea. The motion sensor thing was pretty cool. I like that. The portable jammer was kind of cool. You know, something. At least what Black Ops did is it brought you something new, and hopefully we're going to see that. Maps went out. I think people have come to the realization, or what people like are now these destructible maps after playing different games that have destructible things, and either in single player or other forms of multiplayer, like in Battlefield Bad Company 2. People really enjoy those destructible buildings. I would have to say I do too. Nothing's better than trying to kill a sniper by shooting, blowing up the building he's in. I think they're going to have to add that, at least to some certain extent. And little bullcrap crap that they did with blowing up the bridge in Discovery isn't going to fucking cut it. They're going to have to do some drastic stuff. Kind of take a... Excuse me, I'm having a problem talking today. Take a page out of the Battlefield series and come up with some ideas on how to blow shit up and make it look good. I mean, Battlefield Bad Company 2 graphically wasn't the best one of the game, but all the neat things that you could do, blowing up buildings and being in those tanks and things like that, that was all what's made that game that good. It was a great game. I really did enjoy it. Another thing is going to be the graphics, I suppose. I don't expect too much of a difference. Obviously, it'll be an improvement over the Modern Warfare engine, I'm sure, hands down. And even going back playing that game now, the graphics in that game aren't bad. I could live with if they didn't change anything graphically, like updating the engine or anything like that. I wouldn't be terribly upset with using the old Modern Warfare 2 engine, just as it is. I think that's a pretty valid engine that they have. Also, too, with the maps, now that I'm thinking about it, is going to be the size of maps. I think they've learned now that bigger maps don't sell very much. People do enjoy sniping. There are a lot of snipers, but I believe that the community, the community are more about the short-ranged and medium-range weapons, which means they need to have short-range and medium-range maps. Long maps like Array. I mean, you can even say Discovery is pretty big, but it's still not bad. It's still fun to play. Not as bad as what Array is, but I think they need to move away from those maps. Like Derail was, that kind of big-ass map, that kind of stuff. Those maps aren't as valid as they used to be, or what maybe they thought were going to be. So I think they needed to do that. And then also, too, one of the other biggest things, and this is the biggest thumbs up that I give Black Ops, is the support. I mean, you can have the best game in the world, and if you have no support and decent updated patches and things like that, the game is going to go to shit. And we saw that with Modern Warfare 2 later. Thank God it was later, much later in its release. It wasn't right away. But Black Ops did it right. I mean, they let you know what was going on. They gave you an idea when it was coming out. They even told you the damn phase of testing their patches were in, so you had a really general idea and knowledge of when things are coming out. And honestly, for me, that is the biggest thing. Being in the military and things like that is all about knowledge, knowing what's going on, knowing what we're doing, knowing that what we're doing has a purpose and what that purpose is, not just giving us orders or giving us all these things and blindly. And I think Modern Warfare 3, to be successful, to be even more successful than they already are, they're going to have to adopt that kind of idea. Yes, we're going to be releasing a patch, but this is what's going to be in the patch. Okay, this is what's in the patch. This is where the time frame that it's going to be on, and here's the phase that it's in. That was huge for me. I really thought that was a great thing they did for us. And they were updated. I didn't follow them, but apparently all those guys, the relations guys, all had Twitter accounts and had updates and things like that. Maps wise, I think that with the downloadable stuff, they're gonna have to be a little bit more creative than they have been recently. Even back in Modern Warfare 2, those downloadable maps weren't that great. Always seemed to me that the better maps were the original maps that came with the game when you bought the game. The downloadable maps didn't seem as that high a bar as those maps did. So those are the few things that I think they needed to take care of. Definitely the maps, the gear, the weapons, and the changes between the perks and things like that, to make this game even better than it already is. I hope you enjoyed the video, and take care, guys.